Hello, my name is D Joao, and today I'm discussing From Heaven's Defense for Christianity. Today I am discussing case studies of demon possessions. This is the last one for section 1, which is the Syro Phoenic girl. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but this is a woman's testimony on how a woman who tried to help her daughter to be delivered from whatever disease was going on, and because of how she was from the outside of the chosen people, the Jewish, because she came from a different let me see it real quick. It doesn't say, but she was a Greek woman, and she came from the outside, and she wanted her daughter to be free. So she came into Jesus, and this is where her story actually begins. If you turn your Bibles, before I get into that, please use. If you like to use a piece of paper, a pen, and write down the verses and also the themes of each verses, you can do that. The first one is Mark chapter 7, verse 25, and it's only one. Only one verse, but it's a certain woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit, who heard of him and came to and fell at his feet. Basically, what that means is she tried just about everything that she consists of, but her daughter comes very important to her. So she came to Jesus, even though she was from the outside raised. But I'm not going to get into that, because Christ destroyed all that. Christ is for everybody. And what happened was, at his feet, she was crying, and the theme for this one is renewing. Basically, what it means is when you're renewing yourself unto God, saying, I've tried everything, but I want to renew myself. I want to know what you can do for me and what you can do for my daughter. That's when the renewing. Number 2, Mark 7 through 20, chapter 7, verse 26. Like I said before, she was Greek, and she told basically Jesus that her daughter had an unclean spirit, where the devil was inside of her, and her expression was probably very emotional. That is the theme for number 2. And now this is the part where Jesus actually speaks. The third point, Mark 7 through 27. Chapter 7, verse 27. And Jesus said unto her, Let the children be fed, and for it is not meant to take the children's bread, but cast it onto the dogs. What Jesus was saying, that he was there to help his people, and for the people who were on the outside the Jewish race, I think he was being very careful, because if he helped the outside people, like the Romans or whatever, he would be looked as a traitor. So he was basically trying to be very careful in what he was saying and how he would say it. So he would keep his authority and his respect in place. And the key word for this one would be called principles. Jesus had principles that he had to show. First let me take care of my children, then I'll be taking care of the crumbs. I'll give the crumbs to the dogs. Basically, it means is he's here for for the ones who want to be saved, and not for those who don't want. So, but I'm going to get into how it's reverse psychiatry in some ways. And number 4, Mark 7 through chapter 7, verse 28. She answered and said unto him, Yes, my Lord, but yet the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs.